This meeting is being recorded.
Well, there you go. In the email that I sent out, the props that you're going to need for this class are going to be something to sit up on, or a blanket to support your knee down kind of stuff. Have a couple of blocks, and or if you want to sit up on a pillow, that's also another option. You can use those in the pigeons as well. So yeah, come into a sitting up position with the feet together in what's called Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. And you can be a little, with the heels a little further away from the groin to create more of a diamond shape in your legs. Or if you want to be, closer in with the knees pretty much out from the hips, it's a more extreme version. You can also prop up the knees with your blocks. And although this is being recorded, you guys ask questions. Ask questions if anything I'm doing is confusing, okay? We're gonna start in shoulder shrugs. We'll do stages 1, 2, and 3. Those will be 3 different arm positions, well, 2 different arm positions. And what I'd like you to do as you start to get yourself settled is to, for the past couple of weeks, we've been working with feeling the breath in the low back. And go ahead and take your hands behind to that area. And when you put your hands on the low back, your fingers might actually be because you're in a sitting position, you can feel like the buttocks kind of bunching up, if you will, or pushing up towards that low back area. I'd like you to actually slide the palms down so you're actually having the hands, and I'm going to turn on my side so you can see, having the hands like, as opposed to in the low back area, actually drawing the hands down so your palms are on the buttock area. So when I say breathe into the low back, I'd like you to aim your breath back toward that area. Feeling the buttocks actually expand into the palms. Now this position of the arms might make the shoulders round forward. I'd like you to actually draw them back so the collarbones broaden. Maybe imagine them being as broad as the position of both knees. So take another deep breath there and feel like you can use your breath to actually relax whatever kind of band of tension may be there in the buttocks, low back area. Pushing the feet together will help that area become even more smooth. So take one more big breath there. And then exhale, pull your low belly back as you push your feet together, and notice how that band of tension might even become a little less constricted. And then let's move into shoulder shrugs. So you can keep your hands actually back behind you, which is technically not a stage 1 move, but let's do that. So take a big, deep breath, broadening the collarbones as wide as the bottom of the ribs, and hold the breath when you get full. Draw the shoulders up, draw them straight back, and then exhale, drag the shoulder blades down. It's a different feel with the hands in this position. If it doesn't work for you, let the hands relax, let the arms relax to the side for your next inhalation. And then as you exhale, draw the middle shoulder blades toward the spine and then drag down. So in stage 1, 2, 3 shoulder blades, we actually work with the top of the shoulder blades, the middle, and then the bottom. And to get the bottom, now bring the arms out to the side, palms up, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back, squeeze the arms against the ribs, and drag it down. Pull the belly in and down, push your feet. And then let the arms go. Either work with the hands on the back or let arms at the sides relax. Take your deep breath in. Really take a full breath in, sipping in a little more than you think you can. And then hold it when you're full, draw the shoulders up, draw them straight back, and then exhale, squeeze around the top of the spine. Drag down, push your feet together. So you're running energy from the top of the body all the way through the feet. And when you're empty, take another deep breath in. Exhale, draw the middle shoulder blades together, squeeze around the spine and drag down. I'm getting a little action in my arms. You might too, but make it very little. And now take the arms to the sides for stage 3, palm up, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades in, using the elbows and the upper arms to help. Drag the shoulder blades down, pull the belly down, push the feet. And then let that go. We're going to come into a seated side bend, or straddle position. So extend the legs out to the sides. If you want to put cushions on, put a little support under the backs of your knees, do that. Activate the feet, spreading the toes. And we're going to come into 2 rounds of Uddiyana. So take your hands in front of you with the fingertips on the floor, palms lifted. Push the fingertips down and spread the thumbs and take a deep breath in. Again, you're going to get to a point where you feel full, but I invite you to take a little more breath, particularly into that low back, top of buttock area. And then hold the breath. Relax shoulders, push back and down to the legs. Exhale through the mouth. Keep breath out. Soften the belly muscles and pull belly muscles back to spine. Lengthen the back of your neck by tucking the chin and pull belly back a little bit more. Spread out through the feet. Relax belly muscles forward and then take a deep breath in. Okay, go past your full point. Use it to benefit low back. Exhale through the mouth. Deep breath out. Pull low belly back to spine. Relax the neck. Reach out through legs. Pull belly back again. And then inhale to sit back up. Now come into seated side bend, one leg straight. So take your left foot to the right inner thigh. You're going to come into 2 arm positions. So you can take a block if you want, and the hand position is right hand outside the leg or inside the leg, whatever is the most comfortable to open up the shoulder. All right. So take right hand out to the side and inhale, reach up through the left arm. Breathing from that low back area, pushing down through buttocks so the arm can reach. And then exhale, come into the wrap, wrapping the left arm behind. Grab onto some part of your clothes or grab the opposite side. Relax the neck. Relax your face. And focus on pulling in the greatest amount of breath that you can. Filling up into that low back. Feel it broaden through the upper back. And exhale. As you exhale, pull the belly down so all of that open space you created can stay open. Second arm position, inhale, unwind the arm and reach it straight up. Relax neck even more. And then for chest opener, let the arm drift down. That's the left arm, and then let it drift past the line of the shoulder. You know, it just has to be a little bit. If that doesn't work for you, the weight of the arm is too much, bend the elbow, bring hand to shoulder, or keep the arm down at the side. The main point is to stay connected through the ground, through the hips, through the backs of the legs. Relax the neck even more. Take another deep breath that spreads through the pelvis, that low back, back of the ribs, upper back. As you exhale, Pulling on the abdominal muscles, let the bones of the ribs soften. That'll help you stay open. Now to come out of the pose, inhale, reach out through the left arm and keep reaching, and then sweep that arm forward. Once more, coming into the center of your legs, what's called turn signal prep. We're not going to do that, but the prep move is really cool. So once again, bring the hands in front of you on fingertips, palms lifted, thumbs out. And we're going to do another round of Uddiyana here. So take a deep breath in. Exhale first if you need to. And then, in that space, breathe and open up more. And hold the breath when you're full. Exhale through the mouth. Breath out. Pull low belly back to spine. Let belly muscles fall forward and then inhale as you sit up. Gently peeling the hands away. Help your leg back, that right leg back in. Your feet together, and then boom. Out with the left leg, in with the right leg. Let's do it all on the other side. Find a hand placement inside or outside left leg that's going to work. Inhale, reach out with that left arm and bring it down to the floor or a block. You pick. Right arm reaches up first as you inhale. And then exhale. Let the arm come down and wrap around. So you're going to grab behind the pants or find that opposite side. My shoulder rotation isn't enough here for this arm to fully wrap and grab, so I'm going to hook on to my top. That feels like a good spot. And activate the feet, push down through the legs. Just help sit up tall. And let go of the neck even more. Let it hang. Push down through the legs will support the neck, feeling like it can relax. Push down in left palm. Breathing against, y'all know that I love these arm wraps on the back because it tells me where I can place the next inhale. Do that now for yourself. As you exhale, use that arm to smooth out the low back, the top of the buttock area, a rolling pin. And then take the arm out from the back as you inhale, reaching through right arm up, pushing down through both legs. Letting right arm lower down slightly and then opening the chest by letting the arm drift behind the shoulder. Finding those other arm options, if that's better on this side, right? Other side of the body. So with this arm, this shoulder might benefit from those options. Another deep.
I'm coming back in a second. I'll turn it off.
So drag the shoulder blades down, push down in both hips. And then let the arm lower down as you take your next inhale. Bring both hands forward. Once more, we'll do another round of Uddiyana. Bring the hands forward so you're centered over that front, right shin. And take a deep breath in. Hold the breath when you're full. Uddiyana, breathe out. Keep the breath out. Push back and down through the hips, down through the legs. Keep the belly pulling back a little more. And then relax belly and inhale to sit up. Very nice. All right. Let's bring that right leg, left leg in, sorry. And let's come onto the back. Let's do elbow to knee with traction. Remember that the leg is going to be moving up to the ceiling and we're going to be pushing that thigh bone. I'll also have you switch it up and, put the hands back of the thigh. We like to do that. So let's start on the back. Let's start with both feet on the floor and knees bent. We won't be using any, one of the balls tonight for the props, but make sure you have a block nearby we'll be using that.
I'm gonna get a couple more.
Come down onto the floor, both knees bent, feet on the floor. Wiggle around a little so you can see the top of the buttock area, that low back area. And push the feet on the floor. Notice how when you do that, it lengthens the spine. Belly down and you feel the back end even flatter. Interlace hands to the base of the skull, point elbows straight to the ceiling. And take a deep breath in. Hold the breath, push low back down, push your hands back into your head, back into your palms. And then lift up in the shoulders, pull low belly down. That's the setup. Try to stay up in your shoulders if you can. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath and curl tailbone up, getting the back flat. Exhale, extend right leg to the ceiling, turn elbows left. Place right hand on thigh, push on thigh, low belly down. Inhale, set the foot down on the floor, bring elbows back to center. Hold the breath, activate the feet. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, extend left leg to ceiling. Turn elbows right. Take left hand on thigh. Push on thigh, pull low belly down at the bottom of that. Inhale, set both feet to floor. Bring elbows back to center. Hold breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, extend right leg to ceiling. Turn elbows left. Take right hand to front of thigh. Push thigh. Pull belly down. Relax the right shoulder back. Pull belly down again. Inhale, place both feet on the floor. Bring elbows back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, extend left leg to ceiling. Turn elbows right. Take left hand on thigh. Relax that left shoulder open. Push on thigh, pull low belly down. Inhale, bring feet back to floor, elbows to center. If you want to go further, bend both knees, bend 90 degrees. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, extend the right leg up, turn elbows left, take right hand to thigh, pull low belly down. Inhale, bend both knees, bring elbows back to center, hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, turn elbows right, extend left leg up, left hand to front of thigh, open that left shoulder. Low belly down as you push left thigh lightly. Pull low belly down. Inhale. All right, we're going to start with hands behind the thighs. And back to center. Full breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, extend right leg up. Take your right hand onto the buttock. Turn elbows left. Turn the ribs left. Pull low belly down. Flex the right buttock against the palm. That's going to be moving it forward. Inhale, bend both knees. Bring elbows back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lengthen the left leg up, turn elbows right, take left hand to the buttock, push the buttock forward into the palm, pull low belly down. Roll that left shoulder and chest open. Inhale, bend both knees. We're going to do one more to each side. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, activate the feet. Exhale, extend right leg up, turn elbows left, take right hand onto that buttock. Bottom of exhale, push the buttock forward, pull low belly down. Inhale, bend both knees, come back to center, hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, lengthen the left leg to ceiling, turn elbows right, take left hand onto buttock. Pull the low belly down as you flex that left leg forward. Pull low belly down again. Inhale, bend both knees, bring feet to floor. Relax your arms to your side and just swish the knees so you can, again, get a sense of what's going on in that bend at the top of the buttocks. Very super low back area connection. I find that pushing my knees a little forward. All right, we're going to come to stage one, twisted root. So now pick up your left thigh, cross it over the right side. We'll start up, we'll do a couple of feet on the floor, and then we'll do it with knees bent, right? So that's your down level, and then your up level option will come. See if you can keep up in the shoulders. Inhale, pick the shoulders up. Squeeze the thighs. Exhale, pull the low belly down, curl the tailbone up, and give the thighs another squeeze. You can push that right foot on the floor. Take a deep breath into the low back. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the thighs, pull low belly down, and give that right foot another push. Pull low belly down again. If you want to go further, kick the right leg up. So now both knees are bent to the belly as you breathe in. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. There's no hold on the breath here. Squeeze the thighs, pull low belly down. Give the thighs another squeeze. Push with the buttock. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the thighs. Pull the belly down. We're going to do one more like that. So take a deep breath in, and if you've got the foot on the floor, use that foot to push. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the thighs, pull low belly down. Inhale, lay down, uncross the legs, go to the other side. And see how your hands are behind your, intertwined behind your head? Change up the weave of your fingertips there too, if you can. All right, right thighs over left. Activate your feet and push that left foot now and take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, pull the low belly down and squeeze the thighs. Pick up your shoulders, forgot that one. So let's do it now. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze the thighs, pull low belly down, give the thighs another squeeze and give that belly another tug into the floor. Pick up your legs if you want to go further. So now the knees are both bent over the belly. Reaching in. Exhale. Pull the low belly down, squeeze the thighs. Relax the head back into your hands. Two more like that. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, squeeze thighs, pull low belly down. All right, one last one. Make it a good long breath. Take it in now. Sip it in, particularly into that low back. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back, pull down on the low belly and squeeze the thigh. Inhale, lay the shoulders down, step your foot down. If it's up, unwind your legs. And then set up for bridge. Bring your arms down at your sides. Tickle the backs of your heels. Activate the feet. Then let your arms relax with the palms up. And make sure you have the block you're going to use when we go one leg up. All right. So first, a few rounds in bridge, no block. Take a deep breath in. Push down in the feet. Feel how that lengthens the back. Exhale. Keep that length as you continue to push in the heels and lift the pelvis up. Relax the effort that's happening in the upper body, the upper chest, the arms. Shift that into your leg. And take more breath in. Notice that there is a stop point that we kind of get used to in the breath. Go past that. Feed it into your body so it benefits and bathes the entire internal you. Roll the tailbone up a little more so you can clear out that low back area. Maybe even take your hands there. And then let your arms extend up and over. So reach them up to the ceiling to start and then extend them over the head if you want to go further. And for 2 breaths here, just push the fingertips down as you inhale. And let's do a round of Uddiyana here. Hold the breath when you get big and full. Push the feet down. Exhale through the mouth. Keep the breath out. Let the belly muscles go. And then grab onto your block. Place it on the highest side that works for you. There are 3 heights to the block, remember? What's going to work tonight? Figure that out. And then once you're on the block, maybe, gear yourself to wiggle around on it and actually match your sacrum into that a little bit. So you feel how when you do that, your back is longer. And then walk your right foot into center. Inhale, draw the left knee to the chest. Take left hand to the back of the buttock. And then inhale, lengthen that left leg up as you push the buttock forward into the left palm. You can take your right hand as I have it here. I'm using my right hand to give a little bit of a traction of that left thigh to help create a little more intelligence in that left hamstring buttock area. And now I'm going to let that right hand travel down to the right thigh, to a sense of touch. Encourage that right heel down, that right big toe ball down, spread the right pinky toe. And let's do a round of Uddiyana here. So exhale first if you need to. And then take a deep breath in, pushing evenly down through that sacrum on the block. Deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Push that sacrum down more. Right heel down, left heel up. And then bend left knee as you inhale. Bring that left foot down to the floor. Get it firmly down and then inhale. Draw right knee to chest. Exhale, extend that right leg up. Let that right hand move around to the back of the thigh, buttock area. Left hand can come to front of right thigh. Contraction and open right front thigh, helping left back thigh move away from the body. And then bring the left hand over to the left thigh. Right hand stays on the back of its thigh. Just with the touch of the hands, just creating more connection to those parts of the body. Connection is the place where you can breathe toward. Breathe it in now. Pushing equally down to the sacrum on the block. Pushing equally down through the foot on the floor and the foot in the sky. And here, take a breath in. We'll work one round of Uddiyana. Find that push of the sacrum down now as you breathe in. And exhale out. Out. Soften whatever is happening in the upper body, move the action into the sacrum and the leg. The feet up and the feet down. The belly. And then inhale. Bring the right knee down. Exhale. Step right foot to the floor. Separate the feet hip distance. Get the heels anchored. And then inhale. Pick the hips away, up and away from the block. Move the block out. And down to the feet. And then exhale. Bring your hands to your low back. That place where we were touching earlier. Use the palms, tops or back, to help you keep tucking the buttocks. If your chin starts to jut up, lower it down. That's a sign that the upper body is working more than it should. And lower the hips all the way to the floor, nice and slow. And then roll over to your left side. I'm not going to mirror image you here, but roll over to the left side and push into the floor, neck relax. And then use one hand to pick up the head. All right, let's do some dolphin. I need to grab my phone so I can see what time it is. Keep track of time. We're doing great on time. All right, awesome. All right, so come on to your knees. We're gonna work some dolphin or dolphin variations. I will call them out. Do dolphin arm in the back today, as well as straight forward dolphin. So come down to the elbows, right under shoulders, and grab upper arms to measure the distance. If you're wearing long sleeves, you'll notice that I was wearing, I rolled my sleeves up. So my skin is on my mat. And look back at your knees. When your arms are wrapped around one another there, look back at your knees and make sure they're right behind your shoulders, under the hips. Toes are curled under. Separate the hands forward to a clasp if you want a little more shoulder support. If that's not what you need, you can separate the hands with the palms down. Again, neck relaxed. Push the elbows down in the palms. Push back to the toes and take a deep breath in. Use that breath to fill up the back from that low back to the upper back. Then just stay here, exhaling, pulling the back in and pushing back to the toes, right? You can just do all of it here. There's a lot of work. If you have further to go, inhale, straighten the legs, lift hips. If you're swaying in the back, don't do that. Connect to the knees or push back more to the feet and down to the elbows and palms. To lengthen the back and work the legs and the arms as table legs. Take a deep breath in. Running that whole area from the band in the top of the buttocks through the back of the neck. Exhaling, pulling the belly in to help you create that table effect. A little bit of an odd table, but see where we're going. Take another deep breath here. Broaden the pelvis, the low back, the collarbone. Draw the shoulder heads back and wrap them forward into the chest for one more breath. And that's whether your knees are up or down. And then exhale. Lower the knees gently down. Keep the neck relaxed. Now for Dalton, one arm behind the back. Again, can be done with the knees down, right? That's the left arm. This would be the right. Same dynamics, all right? I'll do it in the legs extended version. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push through both feet equally and push down through the right arm. Release the left arm and bring it onto the back. If you're going further, you're straightening the legs, right? And inhale, breathe so that right collarbone can get super pinchy here. What do we do? Push to that right big toe ball a little more and breathe and open that right collarbone. As you exhale, you can use the left arm to lengthen out the low back. Push wildly to the feet. Really magnetize feet to ground. For one more breath. Pushing down to the knees if you're working there, right? And pushing back to the feet no matter what your legs are doing. And then release. Bring the left forearm to the floor. Bring knees down to the floor if you need to. Right? You can do this with the legs extended if you want, but set it up no matter what. Get both forearms pushing. Push back to the toes as you breathe in. Exhale, push down through both toes, down through left arm, and release the right arm to that back wrap. Maybe straightening the legs, lifting hips. And as we found that equality in the sacrum on the block in the bridge, find that in the legs. Push equally through both legs. That left collarbone is tension. Push a lot to that left collarbone. Down to the right as well. Take another deep breath in. Wrap that left shoulder blade toward the spine. Keep the neck relaxed for one more breath. And then exhale, release the arm to the floor. Have the legs extended. Release the arm first and then lower down to both knees. Turn to the tops of the toes, shift the hips back and come into embryo with the forehead on the floor. Push the arms down, have the arms down by either side of the leg. So the toenails are down and the fingernails are down. Push the fingernails into the floor, push the toenails against the floor. Keep that engagement and take a deep breath into that low back area. Mid back, upper back. As you exhale, release the hands forward. Sit up on your knees. Pause. Let your blood pressure come back to normal. And then let's come up to a standing position. I am going to work with a block tonight between my feet, and I actually wrote that into the sequence for tonight. You can do that too. We're gonna do sun salutations with low cobra palms up tonight as well. With the block between the feet, if you wanna do that. I find it helps my legs engage a little more. So come up into a standing position at the tops of the, what is this? The mat, it is a mat. I'm gonna do a couple of rounds. So bring your feet to hip distance with the hands at heart center. And then once again, bring the hands to the low back area now that you're standing and see what's changed since you first had your hands here. Can you change that a little more in this standing position by pushing down through the heels and giving that tailbone an additional tuck as you take another breath in? And then exhale, bring those hands back to heart center. Keep focusing your breath in that area where your hands might have left their imprint, and then inhale, reach up. Forward fold, reaching both arms forward, folding over the legs. Next to that. A lunge, inhale, step the left leg back, come down to left knee, point toe. Clear out that low back, keep it smooth, whether your arms stay low, hands on hips or thighs, or maybe bring in here, right? Or reach them up. Bring hands down to the floor and curl back, toes under, step into a plank or a tabletop position, right? Table's fine too. And then take another deep breath in. Engage back to the heels, push them, and then push palms down, and then come down to the knees or a full chaturanga to the floor. Point the toes. And here's where you can come up onto the knees. Take that block, lay it down, and squeeze it between your ankles, coming back to the floor, fully prone. Flip the palms up, elbows bent under shoulders. Low cobra, palms up. Curl the pubic bone against the floor, squeeze the block. And then inhale, push down into the elbows as you keep squeezing and lengthening back to the legs. So kind of that like that low, that unclogging thing we did last week, right? And then exhale, lower down. Bring hands back under shoulders. Lift up through the knees or to a full downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward, bring right knee down, and arms can stay low. I love having my hands on low back. You can also reach up. Hands down to the floor, step back, foot forward, fold over both legs. Push down into the heels for the toes, inhale. Reach forward to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach both arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, step the right leg back, knee down, point toes. Hand positions, you find the ones that are working for you. Keep that low back open. Hands down to the floor as you exhale, step back to plank position. You can take an extra breath here if you need to. Again, coming down to the knees or a full chaturanga. You can grab onto that block if you're going to get fancy and just reach back and grab it with your toes. Oops. I guess I can't be that fancy. Grab onto your block or your ball. Bring your elbows to the floor, palms up under shoulders. Curl the pubic bone as you inhale. With the palms down, the elbows can drag back a little further. They're not going to move. It's just going to feel that way. With the palms up, it's an easier action. Lower down as you exhale. Bring hands back under shoulders. And again, just take it to a table, which I like as I can keep squeezing the block. And then go to down dog. Keep squeezing the block. Inhale, bring your right leg forward, step left knee down. I'm gonna roll out my low back, lunge position. When your exhale comes, bring hands to floor, step back, foot forward, fold over both legs, neck relax. Inhale, push down for the legs, reach up in the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, move the legs wider. We're gonna work in crow tonight. Release light. Let there be light. Daylight savings. It's not that deep into the year, Lisa. All right, so come into a wider foot position. You can even go as wide as your mat to come down into a squat. If you're not doing a full squat, you can take 1 or 2 blocks to sit up on, bringing elbows inside the knees, right? Squeeze the knees against the arms and push the pelvis into that block. Heels down. If you're not using, you can also use the block on different heights. Under the pelvis, you can come right there. If you want to go further, you're bringing the hands forward, coming up onto the toes, and then shifting the weight into the arms, into the palms to come up into that crown, breathing in. And then lowering the feet down if you're there, come back to the squat first. All right, easy twisting warrior 1. From here, straighten up through the legs. You might need to walk your feet forward. And then just step the right foot back into a warrior 1 position with the back heel down. Take a block on any height inside that front foot, right under right shoulder. And inhale, reach the left arm forward, push the right heel back without straightening the right leg. And pause here, this might be your move. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Get your foundation in your feet. Feel them pushing equally. And on your next inhale, maybe twisting it open towards the left, reaching the left arm up. And stay relaxed in the neck. Maybe even creating that Uddiyana action in the belly without doing a full Uddiyana. Take a deep breath in. Using that to smooth out the low back. Exhaling completely. Keep pushing through the legs like crazy, down to the feet. Let's lift up a little bit for twisting warrior. Take the right hand, place the forearm on the thigh, make a fist, and then cup the fist with left palm. And let go further in the action in the upper body. Melt that tension in the upper body with your breath and literally run it through and down the spine, smooth out that bunchiness in the buttock area and push your feet to the floor. Another breath, try to keep that whole highway open. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Those chimes you're hearing, my sister bought me chimes for my birthday. They sound awesome. Step back into plank as you inhale. I'm loving them. And then exhale, down to the knees or a full chaturanga. Again, let's do the cobra with the palms up. You can grab your block or whatever toy you're using between your feet. Place your forearms to the floor, palms up. Curl the pubic bone to clear out the low back. Squeeze your prop and then inhale, palms are up. Lift up in the torso and feel the elbows pulling back to the toes. Curl the pubic bone again. Lower down, exhale. Hands move back under shoulders. Downward facing dog. Coming up to the knees, right? Always an option. Twisting, easy twisting warrior 1. Step the right foot forward, left heel is pivoted down. Block, super helpful inside that right foot. Inhale, reach right arm forward. Push down through the heel, spread the toes. Use your breath to melt whatever you're encountering in the body. We'll talk about this on the Wednesday night class about how to Use the breath to create more space. Inhale, let's wind it open if you have further to go. Opening to the right without straightening that right knee. Relax the effort in the upper body. There is touch, there is some work, but dollars to donuts, more work can be done in the leg. So find that. Ask the legs. Match it with your breath. Inhale, unwind, rotating the ribs around, and then lift up enough to get that left forearm on right thigh. Make your fist and then cup it with right hand. Now your twist might be a real rotation over to the right. Mine these days is just kind of a little more over the foot. Find the rotation that helps you evenly push both feet into the floor, keeping the right knee bent at 90. And expand your capacity for breath. You know, find the rotation that helps you expand that capacity. Inhale, unwind, bring hands down to the floor. And you can either step back or step forward. We're going to once again find that squat. If you're up on block, maybe you're not. We showed this earlier. It's a different approach here. You might even take your hands to that low back to smooth it out. Feel free to run your hands down your buttocks. Maybe you're going to crow. You'll walk your feet together. Plant your palms, inhale, get to your butt up. Pulling in like Uddiyana. And then lower the feet down, lower the heels down if you're not already there. And we're gonna step into warrior one. So go ahead and straighten up the legs. Push the heels down, keep pushing down to straighten the legs. And then step the left foot forward. Let's find warrior one. Back heel down. Warrior one with crane cradle. Interlace the hands at the base of the skull and point your elbows straight forward like we do in abdominals. And let the skull bones push back against the hands. Pull down in the belly and that band at the low buttock area or the top of the buttocks, low back area. Might feel a little more open. Take a breath into that space if you got that space. Pull on the belly to help create that space. What helps my left arm go. Breathe in deeply. Soaking the bones, soaking the breath. I had this really good sponge cake at dim sum brunch the other day. It was a steamed one, right? So steam up the inside of the body. Now relax by pushing down into the legs. Notice the upper body can with that. All right, inhale, release. Reach the arms up because it feels good. And then reach it forward and then lower down to the back knee. Now this is where you might want to pad your knee. I'm on a carpet underneath my mat, so I don't need to do that, but you might want to do that. And then just bring the left forearm onto the thigh, palm up like we did earlier. Pushing down through the back toes. This might be your move for reaching up through the right arm. As you have further to go, bend the back knee. You can keep the right arm reaching, or you can just bring the arm on the back with the knee bent. If the knee bent doesn't work, you're continuing to push the toenails down. If you have further to go, grab the back ankle with both or one hand. All right, we'll pause here. This is just a different version. You can see that the leg engagement has to be the same. So even here, I'm pushing my shin back. And steadying yourself enough to the front heel that you can take another deep breath in. Stop breathing. The breath is always the key. Exhale fully. And then to let go, if you've got the ankle, you're going to let one hand come to that front thigh, then the other hand, and then you're out of it. Curl the back toes. Actually, we're going to do, nope. All right, inhale, we're just going to stand. So, or just step forward, just go back to downward facing dog. I think that'll be the easiest transition. Don't know why I did that. I'm going to step the right foot forward. Feet of warrior one. Push to the back heel, keep that right knee bent to come up, reach up and interlace the hands behind the base of the skull for brain clear. Push the head back into the hands. That will help the legs all of a sudden become a little more engaged, and then pull back on the low belly to increase that connection. Push feet down, take another deep breath in. See if you can make sure that your ribs are rotating forward. What do you need to do to that? Maybe square up the hips. Clear out the low back. The legs a little more. Take another breath.
So you're so we that's fine.
Release.
Okay.
Reach up in the arms.
There's a
And then exhale, the hands down. Lift up the back heel, curl the toes under, come down to the back knee. Here's those variations again. It's either going to be a lunge, reaching up with the arm behind the back with the toenails and that back leg pushing down. Front heel pushes down. You're coming further, you're bending the back knee, maybe keeping the arm on the back, maybe it's a one-hand grab or maybe both. That back leg stays super engaged, that front heel stays super engaged. Your breath is super engaged. Take that breath now. Smooth out the low back. Aim it into the buttocks. Aim it into the pelvic floor. Aim it wherever you're feeling those bands of tension.
I don't know how
And then to release, you're going to release one hand if you've got to grab with both hands. Bring that hand to the thigh. Release it gently from the ankle, the opposite hand, and both hands are on the floor. Step forward. Now come into a standing position. And fold over both legs. Take your hands at the base of your skull and just hold that for a moment. Traction your neck. And then release. Now from here, you can stay in your fold and examine. How do I want to hold my feet? Either keep them hip distance or bring the big toes to touch. We're going to come into a chair position for a hold. Find what's going to work to keep you with your breath. All right. So inhale, let's reach both arms forward, push both heels down to clear out back. Reach arms up. And then exhale, let's come into the chair from here. So into the chair. Take your hands onto the low back again. Use the hands to smooth it out. Because chances are you're doing this, right? Draw the front ribs in, tuck the tailbone, and keep using your hands to iron out as you breathe in and out. What can you smooth? What can you calm? What can you breathe toward as you take another inhale? Breathe out, exhale. And then release. Straighten the legs, fold over leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Create that smoothness by extending the buttocks behind you this time. Forward fold. Step or hop back to a plank position. Exhaling. Reach and push back the heels. Take another breath in. And then exhale. Come down to the knees, hands Pull chaturanga to the floor. Point the toes. Maybe grab your block again. Use those ankles. Curl the pubic bone, then turn palms up, elbows down, forearms down. Inhale, keep curling the pubic bone toward the floor as you lengthen and lift upper back. Give the block another squeeze. Keep the toenails pushing down. Lower down, exhale. Bring hands back under shoulders. Pick up your hips to a table or go to full downward facing dog. Push the hands, push the feet. Feet of warrior two. Inhale, step your left foot forward, pivot the right heel down. And come up. Right. Did I say right foot? I meant left. Left foot forward, right foot down. Right foot plank. Reverse warrior, take the right hand on the thigh. Inhale, reach up and over through the left arm. If that doesn't work again on your arm, come into a neck release position with the left arm forward. Palm can be up. A great chest opening move. Draw the right buttock toward the tailbone, left buttock toward the tailbone. And feel for the right buttock running down to that right heel. That's the move. A little inward rotation of right thigh. Feet are planting firmly. Breath comes in very deeply. All right, head to ankle press. Inhale. You can take a block for this one. I'm going to turn around so you can see it. Staying in your warrior two position with the left foot forward and the right angle bend. The block can come down to the floor right below the center of the chest with the right hand on the block. Take left hand to the center of left thigh. I am not mirror imaging you here, right? And relax the neck. Again, pull the left buttock toward the tailbone, lengthen the right buttock toward right heel. Use the left hand to roll that left thigh open. Well, slightly. It's not a big manipulation. Keep pushing through that right leg to keep the left knee at the angle. And take another deep breath in. Come out of the pose, straighten the right leg. Left knee. And then pivot on the back heel and come down to the right knee. Tangled pigeon. This might be a place where you take that block or a pillow or something of that nature and place it underneath the left hip. Normally we practice this with the left shin parallel with the front of the thigh, with the front of the mat. We're not doing that tonight. Bring the heel back toward you a little bit. And then take another block and place the right hand on a block. The back leg is extended with the toenails pushing down. Curl the pubic bone forward. And then take left hand and wrap it behind the back, like we've been doing. And stay up tall on the torso. Let the upper body relax. There's a lot of pushing down through both legs and both hips. A lot of breathing toward that back forearm. Use the forearm to create that smoothness in the back. Inwardly spiral the right thigh. Now, you'll remember that from last week. Take one more breath. Inhale, unwind the left arm forward. Move the front block out, curl back toes under, and then step back, downward dog. I'm going to do a round of Uddiyana here, so take another deep breath here. Push the heels down, exhale out, yeah. Pull the belly in. Let the belly muscles go. And inhale, step the right foot forward. Pivot the back heel down. Push your right heel to come up, warrior two. Check your heel to arch alignment, and then inhale, reverse warrior, reach up to the right arm, or again, maybe it's a neck release pose with the palm up here. Tuck the right sit bone under and draw it towards the tailbone. And then lengthen the left tailbone towards the left buttock, toward left heel. Deepen your breath. Keep using the breath to scan the body and meet those points of resistance with welcome rather than oh, what's wrong with you now? Just take a breath there. Friendly breath. So pull in on the belly. Use the breath to support what you're doing. All right, let's come into head to ankle prep. Take the right hand to the front or the inside of the right thigh, right at the joint. And then take your block, your block under the torso. Left hand can be on the block. So you're angled out like parallel with the floor. And turn slightly towards that back heel. I think I forgot to say that last time, but there's a lot going on with this pose. Okay, a slight turn, but stay bent in the front knee. Pulling that right sit bone toward the tailbone. Lengthening the left buttock toward left thigh. This is a complicated pose. I know that. So do your best to breathe here. Ooh. I should have to the feet more so I'm not putting all my weight in my left hand. Breathe another time. And then bring the right hand to the floor. You can straighten that front leg and then pivot. So you're facing the front of the mat. Come down to left knee. Tangled pigeon. Again, you might want to prop up that right hip as you sit, bringing the left leg straight behind, and then the right shin will start parallel with the front of the mat. Bend the knee now, the front knee. And then you can take a block underneath the left hand and wrap right arm behind the back. Relax it out. You might even angle it over towards the left ear or the right, whatever feels where you're going to get the most. Use the arm in the back to smooth and lengthen and help the legs engage. Use the breath to help you know where you might want to engage more or less. Another breath in and out. And then release and wrap the right arm. Bend the back knee and let's come on to the back. All right, so here's some pigeons on the back that we're going to do. Start with feet on the floor, knees bent. And then cross left ankle over right thigh. Again, take your hands to the front of left thigh and lengthen the back of the neck by lightly tucking the chin and pushing, just a light push of the head behind you. Notice how that lengthens the back. Use the hands to smooth out the crinkliness at the left hip. Take a deep breath in. Push the left ankle against right thigh. You exhale, push right foot down. Breaths in and out here. Okay. And then pick up the right leg on your next inhale and reach your right leg to the ceiling and bring your hands, thread them through to grab onto the back of right thigh. Now, the tendency is going to want to do a lot with the arms to manipulate the legs. Just have them there for support. And use the buttock of the right leg to lengthen forward. Notice how that makes the leg lengthen up. Helps that left hip open a little bit more as you breathe in and out. Smooth out that buttock area. Notice it might be connected to other places that need to be smooth. So breathe there too if you need to. Less work in upper body, even here. Exhaling, pull low belly down. All right, now bend right knee. Take a hold of the left knee and the outside edge of left foot. And two choices here. You can start with the right foot on the floor, knee bent, and draw the left thigh down. Now, when I say the left thigh, I do mean the thigh, not pulling, using the hands to pull that leg in. There is a little work there, but it's very smidgeny, very little, very little. If you want to go further, you're extending the right leg out onto the floor. But again, these hands are only here for support. If you are rounding in the shoulders, that's an indication that you're going too far. So do less, maybe put that right foot on the floor. Use your belly muscles to help your low back get rounded. And then maybe go back to that leg extended position. Just kind of play with it as you take another 2 breaths here. And then draw that right leg in, put on the floor, knee bent if that's where you're working, and then gently take the left foot to the floor to change sides. Starting with left foot on the floor, knee bent, cross right ankle on left thigh. Take your hands to the front of right hip for just a little bit of that smoothing action. And it really is smoothing, you know, like you would soothe a child, right? You would soothe some upset situation, you know. Use your breath. You know, we got to breathe in upset situation. Use your breath to even out what might be bunchy. And then draw that right knee in, and you know, that might be enough, right? And maybe getting the arm threaded through to that is enough, right? Reaching up to the left leg, but you know, again, the arms are only there for support. Push the left buttock forward by pulling down on the belly. Feel the length in the thigh up through that heel. If you're encountering any tension in the face, in the upper body, again, use your breath to smooth out those areas. Sorry about that. And my water was way over there. All right, inhale. Bend the left knee. Place that foot on the floor. And then grab the, you know, just place your hands on the outer edge of the right foot, around the right knee, and draw that knee. Feel the thigh bone be where the action is happening. The right thigh is drawing itself toward the chest. The hands are just there for supporting guidance. And the left foot can be on the floor, pressing. You'll notice that really helps. Now, if you go to the length in the left leg, reaching the left leg long on the floor, reaching out to that heel. Again, make sure it's the thigh bone of the left leg that's reaching out. The right thigh that's pulling down. The upper body is receiving. The next breath, 2 breaths in and out. release. Pull that left foot back, knee on the floor, place right foot down. And you can windshield wiper the knees. So come into a spinal twist to each side for whatever number of breaths you want to do. When you find what works, come into your Shavasana. Maybe placing a cushion underneath the legs or your blocks. Placing a blanket over your body, or even, using your blanket or a block to support the back of your head. Tucking the tailbone, rolling the shoulders open. And if none of that feels comfortable in your low back, you can also, bring the knees to touch and walk the feet out to almost the width of your mat. And tuck the tailbone, and make sure your back gets flat. I find that putting the blanket under my head, no matter what I choose to do with my legs, is something that's really beneficial for me. Find what's comfortable for you. For those who are listening to this recording, you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want. I'm going to end the recording here with a namaste and talk to those who are joining me live.